rich man. Today we are celebrating the most auspicious occasion of the Nityananda Trayodasi of the appearance of Sri Nityananda, who is the in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna Swami, the first 14 shlokas, in which the first 6 shlokas he glorifies Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what it is, Tattva, and in the next 5 shlokas, he tells about who is Nityananda, and then he goes on to the Advaita Acharya. So, we will begin one of the shlokas of the Adivida, first chapter, 7th verse, subsequently other. So, we'll decide that and then we'll decide. संकर्षणकारणतो यशामि च पयो यशामि च शेषश्चयज्ञांशकला सविद्या संकर्षणकारणतो यशामि च पयो
संकर्षण कारणतो यशायि गर्भो दशायि च पयोधिशायि एतश्च यस्यां शकला सनित्या साक्य राम शरणं ममास्तु
May Sri Nityananda Rama be the object of my constant remembrance. Sankarshana, Sheshanaga, and the Vishnu who lie on the Karana ocean, Sharma ocean, and ocean of the are his plenary ocean and ocean of his plenary ocean. Om Nityananda Prabhu Shri Chaitanya Swayam Krishna Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita
Blessings. I'll try to share something about Lord Nityananda Prabhu according to the level of my understanding. Because Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami writes in one of the shlokas, Nityananda Mahima Sindhu Ananta Para Yek Yekakana Sparshimatra Se Kripatahara. He says the ocean of Lord Nityananda's glories is infinite and unfathomable. Only by his mercy can I touch even a drop of it. If Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is telling that it is very difficult to touch even a drop, then for us it is like no drop of the drop is also impossible. But we are grateful to Srila Prabhupada who established the worship of Gaurnita in the entire world. Before that, if you see Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur in the Gaudiya Math and all, before the worship was of Gaur Gadadhar, because Gadadhar is Srimati Radharani, so that way it was like no Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna, so Radha Krishna worship only. But Srila Prabhupada, understanding the compassion of Nityananda Prabhu, how he is so eager to give out this Krishna consciousness to everyone and bring everyone to the shelter of Lord Gauranga, he established the worship of Gaur Nitai. So that way, offering our respects to Srila Prabhupada, we'll discuss something about this. And more than that, it was Srila Prabhupada who translated the Chaitanya Charitamrita into English. Otherwise, it is said that Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is nectar, but if it is in a different language, although it is a nectar, it is inaccessible. So although, if I ask in this whole assembly, how many are there who knows Bengali, maybe hardly few hands may go up. So that way, for us, our access to anything related to Lord Gauranga or Panchatattva, everything is by the causeless mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Otherwise, it would have not got that, or subsequently, whenever the Lord would have planned. But at least now, by His mercy, we are able to have this. So, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, taking this verse from Swarup Damodar Goswami's Kadacha, he takes these verses, 5 verses, where the glories of Nityananda Prabhu are mentioned. how in the spiritual world, in the Goloka, Krishna is there. From him, the Balaramji, first expansion is Balaram, and from him, the next expansion of the quadruple expansion, and then the second quadruple expansion, and from second quadruple expansion, there is Karanodaksha Vishnu. From Karanodaksha Vishnu, the Garbhodaksha Vishnu. Then Garbhodaksha Vishnu, Shirodaksha Vishnu, who resides in the heart of every living entity as the super soul. He manifests. And in this five shlokas, we'll read the translation. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is presenting Swarup Damodar Goswami in other way, that how Nityananda Ram is the origin or the source of all these avatars. And for what reason? Because of his eagerness to serve the Lord. We know that how Balaram, he expands himself into all the possible ways in five rasas, and there is nothing in which he doesn't expand himself. And another name of uh, Balaram is also Ananta Shesha. In another place, it is mentioned that why he is called as Ananta Shesha. Shesha means the reminder. Whatever, we divide and something remains. And Ananta means unlimited. So in Krishna service, there are so many things involved. And so many devotees are there in the spiritual world who are engaged in Krishna service. And despite all those things, whatever service remains, that is a reminder that all is taken care by Balaram. And such unlimited things are taken care by Balaram. So that's why it's called as Ananta Shesha. So in the next verse, he mentions, I surrender to the lotus feet of Sri Nityananda Rama, who is known as Sankarshana, in the midst of Chaturvyuha, consisting of Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, and Anuruddha. He possesses full potencies, opulence, and resides in Vaikuntha Loka, far beyond the material creation. Next verse. I offer my full obeisances onto the feet of Sri Nityananda Rama, whose partial representation called Karanodaksha Vishnu, lying on the Karana ocean, is the original Purusha, the master of the illusory energy, and the shelter of all the universes. I offer my full obeisances onto the feet of Sri Nityananda Rama, a partial part of whom is Garbhodaksha Vishnu. From the navel of Garbhodaksha Vishnu sprouts the lotus that is the birthplace of Brahma, the engineer of the universe. The stem of that lotus is the resting place of the multitude of planets. I offer my respectful obeisances onto the feet of Sri Nityananda Rama, whose secondary part is the Vishnu lying in the ocean of milk, that is Kshirodaksha Vishnu, is the super soul of all living entities and the maintainer of all the universes. Sheshanaga is his further subpart. So that way it is showing that how he expands himself in all the possible ways for the sake of serving the Supreme Lord. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says that Nityananda Prabhu's last disciple is Vrindavan Das Thakur, and he has written the Chaitanya Mangala, or later it was named as Chaitanya Bhagavat. And he felt that if Vrindavan Das Thakur is given the Krishna Bhakti, then he is so mad after Lord Gauranga that I need not have to do anything. He will preach the glories of Lord Chaitanya. And the glory of Vrindavan Das Thakur is, he is so much attached to the lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu that in the beginning of the first chapter itself, he starts glorifying the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He explains few verses and immediately he remembers Lord Nityananda Prabhu and he comes to Nityananda Prabhu and mentions, and then he goes into glorifying Nityananda Prabhu. And throughout the Chaitanya Bhagavat, many places it so happens that he starts glorifying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and in between he gets carried away by Nityananda Prabhu and his remembrance and his glories, that he forgets that I am writing Chaitanya Bhagavat where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has to be glorified and goes on glorifying Nityananda Prabhu. And then again he comes to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that's how in the Chaitanya Bhagavat we find lot of pastimes and the glories of Nityananda Prabhu every now and then. And if you see, Nityananda Prabhu is the backbone of many of our acharyas. And practically everybody without the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, nobody could get the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Either even Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was directed by Nityananda Prabhu to go to leave home and go to Vrindavan. And when he went there he met the being in the association of all the Goswamis, heard from Raghunath Das Goswami, and then with the blessings of all the acharyas, he wrote the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Same may Vrindavan Das Thakur or Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Chidadai Festival of Raghunath Das Goswami, or Raghunath Bhatta Goswami getting the garland Mahaprasadam from Lord Chaitanya, and even Jiva Goswami was feeling the separation. Then Nityananda Prabhu takes him on the parikrama. That is go. That is Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes it as the Navadvip Mahatmya, and he didn't leave anyone and he didn't leave anybody untouched. Like there was nobody whom Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't try to give them the Krishna Bhakti. So, and he's the Adi Guru also, Nityananda Prabhu. And Nityananda Prabhu is the Avaduta. Avaduta means there is no rules and regulations for such a person. And in Chaitanya Bhagavat also, few of the pastimes, it shows how he is Avaduta, and sometimes one may become bewildered to understand or how this can happen. And there he writes, Vrindavan Das Thakur explains that what is the meaning of the Avaduta. When you understand that, then you will be able to appreciate those pastimes. And once, when Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were there in the Srivas Thakur's house, it was the appearance day of Nityananda Prabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, today we'll celebrate the Vyasa Puja of Nityananda Prabhu. So he was made to sit on the nice asana, and all the devotees, they come, they offer all the auspicious items, and they offer the worship, abhishek, everything happens. And after that, Gadadhar Pandit comes and gives a garland to Nityananda Prabhu, and he tells, please offer this to Vyasadev, because Vyasa Puja is celebrated in remembrance of Vyasadev, who is the Adi Guru. He is the in terms of the Guru Parampara. So then he was holding for some time. He doesn't move anything. And again, after two to three times he does that. He goes and tells, please offer it, offer it. He says, yes, yes. But he was still holding. And then he goes and requests Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that, please tell Nityananda Prabhu that he has to offer this garland to Vyasadev. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes and tells, please offer this garland to Vyasadev. It is meant for him. Then the moment Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that offer this garland to Vyasadev, immediately he takes the garland and offers it to Lord Gauranga. And all the devotees say, Hari Bol. And the Acharyas give the reason why did he put that. Nityananda Prabhu was feeling, here is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna. So I offer this garland to anyone else in front of him. So he didn't want to offer it. So he offers the garland to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that way, the Nityananda Prabhu always he is eager to fulfill the desires of Lord Chaitanya. So just like before the king goes anywhere, all the associates or the entourage of the king goes there and makes all the necessary arrangement for the appearance of the or the king. The same way, before the appearance of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all the associates of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also descended and they were ready. And it is said that Nityananda Prabhu appeared around 12 years before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in the Chaitanya Bhagavata Adikanda, it comes about the appearance of Lord Nityananda. ईश्वराज्ञायागे श्री अनंतदामा राढ़े अवतीर्ण होइला नित्यानंद रामा. By the order of Lord Sri Nityananda Rama, by the order of the Lord Sri Nityananda Rama, who is non-different from Ananta, first appeared in Radhadesha. Radhadesha is the area of the Bengal and that Bangladesh, that province of where Ekachakra is there, that part. And in this he mentions when actually it happened. माघमासे शुक्ल त्रयोदशी शुभ दिने पद्मावती गर्भे चक्र नाम ग्रामे हड़ाई पंडित नामे शुद्ध विप्र राजा मूले सर्व पिता ताने करे पिता व्याजा. So on this day, that Maghamasa Shukla Trayodashi, that is today, on this auspicious day, in the womb of Garbha, Padmavati and Hadai Pandit, Nityananda Prabhu appeared. And right from the childhood, he was attracted, practically the whole of Ekachakra, all the people were attracted to Nityananda Prabhu. And they were attracted to him much more than their own children also. So, and in the childhood, Nityananda Prabhu and his friends, all their games were that of the playing the pastimes of Krishna's pastime. In the Chaitanya Bhagavat, Vrindavan Das Thakur goes on to tell shlokas after shloka, which all pastimes they enacted. There was not even a single pastime which they didn't enacted. So all of us know this very famous pastime of the Ramayana pastime, wherein they were playing the part of different roles, and Nityananda Prabhu was playing the part of Lakshmana. And then in the battlefield, he was shot an arrow by Indrajit and he falls down. The same way he fell down, and then they were trying to wake him up and he was not waking up. And everybody became concerned what to do. And they tried to wake him up. They thought, okay, he's acting. But he's not just acting, he was practically like, there was no this one only. Then they were wondering, they called their parents came and they were wondering what happened. And the whole of the Eka Chakragram, all the people were there in that place, wondering what to do now. Then they remembered that he had told sometimes to bring me back, to loudly call out the names of the Supreme Lord. They all chanted loudly, Krishna, Govinda. Still he didn't get up. Then they were wondering what to do now. Then one of the boy remembered hearing that in this pastime, when I fall because of unconscious, that time Hanuman has to go and get the Jadibuti, that Sanjeevani. At that time I'll wake up. So then one just jumped and like no, got some leaves and told, kept it near the Hanuman who was acting. He brought in Sanjeevani, he kept. Then immediately he opened his eyes and he came back to his consciousness. And then all were worried. And sometimes Hadai Pandit would ask him, how is it you know all these pastimes? Who taught you? where did you learn all these things? Then he would very, in a simple way, he would tell, these are my pastimes only. So because he was non-different from Balaram, so he was remembering all the details. And another time they were playing the uh, scene of Akrura coming to take Krishna from Vrindavan. In that, Nityananda Prabhu was playing the role of Srimati Radharani. And when Akrura was taking Krishna on the chariot, it was so painful for all the Vrajavasis and especially the gopis and Radharani, it was unbearable for them. And the way Nityananda Prabhu was so intensely feeling the separation from Krishna and his intense calling for Krishna and the remembrance of Krishna, seeing that the whole Ekachakra they became so much absorbed in the remembrance of Krishna. When the pastime got over, they all came and told, because of your this playing this pastime, our attraction towards Krishna has increased a lot. So that way, he was being the central figure of the entire Ekachakragram. While this whole nice leelas were happening and they were nicely playing in the Ekachakra, when Nityananda Prabhu reached the age of almost 12 years, that time he understood that now the mission for which I have appeared here has begun. In the sense that now my Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared in the Navadvip. Now I have to do my mission. And for that, he made the arrangement in such a way that one day, one Brahmana who was traveling from one place to the another, he came to the place of Ekachakra. And when he came, Hadai Pandit invited him to come to his house and stay. And he took care of him very nicely. And after taking care of him, he was very satisfied with all the things. And Hadai Pandit, he asked him, is there anything which you want I can offer you? Please let me know. We'll be very happy to serve you, whatever you ask for. Sometimes it is said we should be very careful while we ask anybody like this open-ended this one, because in the Ramayana also, Dashrath also ended up with the same thing. Then he asked uh, Vishwamitra that please ask for anything, whatever you want, and then he was in a trouble. Then he said later no. The same way he said, and Brahmana he thought and he said, see, actually I have become little elderly. I'm traveling everywhere, so I need a traveling partner who can help me in carrying the things or washing clothes and be my partner. So please send your son. The moment Hadai Pandit heard, it was like a thunderbolt falling on his head. And he said that actually he's just a 12-year-old small boy. He doesn't know any of those things. Maybe if need be, I'll come with you. He said, no, 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 no. If you want to send, you send him. Then he was feeling very much dilemma. He was thinking, I have given the word, I cannot go back. At the same time, how can I give up the association of Nitai, who was dear than his own life? I cannot live without his presence. So in that dilemma, he started thinking what to do, what to do. And immediately he remembered the same incidents of Vishwamitra coming to the place of Dashrath Maharaj and asking. At that time, Dashrath Maharaj was also in such no dilemma. And that time, Vasishta says that please send Lord Rama with him. It is for his benefit. So remembering that he thinks that I should send. But he tells to Brahmana, let me ask my wife once. He goes and asks Padmavati, and Padmavati says, pauses for a while, and she says, my dear husband, whatever is your decision, that is my decision. And hearing that, he says, I'm thinking that we should send him because we have given the word. We cannot go back. She says, I am with you. And then he comes and he, with a heavy heart, he says, although it is very difficult, I don't know how long I'll be living in this world without his presence, but I agree to send with you. The moment he tells, the whole of the Ekachakragram, all the people, residents, they come to know that Nityananda Nita is going to go away with this Brahmana. Immediately, all the people they came and they started telling that, Array, this Nita is so young. My son is like no, quite elderly. You take my son. He is much hefty and he can do much more services. And practically everybody, another said, I have 5 children. You want to take all 5 children. You'll have one can carry your vessels or whatever the clothes, other can wash your this one so that you will have an entourage only. So practically everybody were telling that at least take my son, take my son, take my son, but leave Nitai here. But he said, no, if you want to send, you send Nitai. And they all were feeling that, oh, is it the Brahmana or is a demon who has come here to take Nitai from all of us? But still, because there was no way, they didn't had anything. And practically, when Nitai was going, it was like a something similar to that of Krishna leaving Vrindavan. So just after Nitai left Ekachakragram, the atmosphere of Ekachakra became very dull. And everybody were feeling as if there is no need of leaving only or doing anything. They're not feeling any festive atmosphere or any need of doing any celebration or making anything for their day-to-day life also. So in the remembrance of Nitai, soon after few months, Hadai Pandit left his body. Jai Shri Shri Radha Vinod Ji ki, Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki, Shri Shri Nityananda Natabaragor Sundar ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. So then just after that, Padmavati also leaves this world. And Nityananda Prabhu, being the Avadut, completely, he is the supreme. He traveled to all the places, right from the Kashmir to the Kanyakumari, east, west, throughout the entire India, all the holy places he travels. The next 20 years, he traveled to all the places, meeting all the sadhus, and he comes across many, many great souls, Madhavendra Puri, Ishwarapuri, Lakshmipati Tirtha, and many of them he meet. And he had a lot of interactions with them. And after traveling to all these holy places, what he was doing was he was going to all these holy places, remembering the pastimes of the Lord and trying to offer prayers and move on to the next place. Not even to one person he told anything about the holy name or anything. He didn't preach to not even single person because he had not got any order from his master to preach. Without the order of my master, I cannot do anything. There is one verse in which I think Vrindavan Das Thakur says his main purpose is to carry out the ajna of Lord Gauranga. That is his main purpose. So that way, his main thing is to fulfill the orders of Lord Chaitanya, and he has not orders, so how can I preach? So for the next 20 years, he traveled everywhere, and finally he came to the place in Vrindavan, uh, in the Shringaravat, and that is also called as Nityanandavat. He stayed there, and when he was there in the Vrindavan, uh, he would be exhibiting the symptoms of a small boy, like a covered boy only, always. So that way all the Vrajavasis were very much attracted to him. And at one time he felt that now it is the right time to travel towards Navadvip. And then he goes from uh, uh, Shringarvat, goes to Navadvip, and there he goes in the house of whose house? Nandanacharya's house. And that is a place where first time Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu met. So Nandanacharya's house is just a little ahead of Prabhupada Samadhi in the Navadvip. There only we'll get. So that is a place where uh, Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met. And in the Chaitanya Bhagavat, Vrindavan Das Thakur mentions, although he traveled everywhere, why he didn't preach while traveling? Yadyapiha Nityananda Dhare Sarvashakti Tatapiha Karehana Dilena Vishnu Bhakti. Yadyapiha Nityananda Dhare Sarvashakti, although he has all the power, Tatapi, even then, he na Dilena Vishnu Bhakti, he didn't give Vishnu Bhakti to anyone. Ya Begaura Chandra Prabhu Karibe Prakasha Tanase Ajnaya Bhakti Danera Vilasa Keha Kichu na Kare Chaitanya Ajna Vine Ihate Alpata Nahi Paya Prabhu Gane. Only when Gauranga Prabhu Karibe Prakash, when he manifests himself and tells him to do, then say Ajnaya. With that instruction or the instruction of Lord Chaitanya, he will give Bhakti Danera Vilasa. Like no, he'll give the Bhakti Dana. And Keha Kichu Nakare Chaitanya Ajna Vine. He'll not do anything without the Ajna of Lord Chaitanya. So that is the glory of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. And because he had not met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he had not got the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so that's why he did not preach. And Nityananda Prabhu, being the Adi Guru and like now following in the footsteps of Nityananda Prabhu and all the great acharyas also, they all preached not on their own but on the order of their like no spiritual master. The same way in our practice of Krishna consciousness also, it is not that if you want to preach, it is not that by our own we can preach. We don't have any Shakti. The Shakti comes from the Guru Shishya Parampara. When you get the instruction, with the instruction comes the empowerment. So that's what Nityananda Prabhu is teaching us. And then with the instruction of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu starts preaching. We all know that Nityananda Prabhu calls, sorry, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu calls Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas, Shuno Shuno Nityananda, Shuno Haridasa, like no, Amarajnai, Prati Ghare Giya Karaha Prachara. Like he says that please go to every house and please give this Krishna Bhakti. And they both would go from door to door and knock the door, and the people would come and open the door. By that time, they are not able to see anyone because Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya, they were with the grass in their mouth, they are offering Dandavat Pranam. They would be shocked. And then they would like, no, please get up. And then they would tell, Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Karo Krishna Shiksha. Please chant Krishna's name. Like, no. And Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, worship Krishna. And please preach this Krishna Bhakti to others. That's what they would tell to each and everyone. Although in the first 5 verses we saw that who is Nityananda Prabhu? He is the Balaram and all the expansions, but when he is going for the preaching, how he is going so humbly, going and like no begging for the sake of requesting them to take to bhakti. The same way, when one goes for the sake of preaching, it is not that we feel that we are great. I know, like, no, so much of the philosophy or pastimes, or I have been told to preach, so I'll go and call everyone. No, it is with the only with the mood of humility one can go and touch the heart of the people, and then they will be able to hear. So Prabhupada used to tell that when you meet the uh, great scholars or the people, then you glorify them first. When you glorify them, their hearts will be open. That, oh, you are glorifying me. At that time, you tell, oh, you fool, you don't know anything. Please accept Krishna as a supreme. So that way they will be able to hear. Otherwise, if you are not humble, then they will be first of all, they'll not be able to in a way to hear at all. So that way they would preach to each and everyone. And we know that I'll not go into this full pastime of Jagai and Madai, which is a very famous pastime in which uh, uh, Nityananda Prabhu's compassion manifests out. That how he's so compassionate that he's not worried about his physical pain or anything what others do. And even to the person who has harmed him, when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a Krishna who wanted to punish such person, what Nityananda Prabhu says, please forgive him. That is his compassionate nature. And why did uh, Nityananda Prabhu chose Jagai and Madai? The moment they saw that Jagai and Madai are there and they were going towards them, the village people tell, please, please don't go there. And they tell their whole biography, that how, although they are born in the Brahmana family, but they have done what not they have done. There is nothing which they have not done. And please don't go there. And Haridas Thakur says, please don't go, don't go. But Nityananda Prabhu was not listening. Nityananda Prabhu thought, if I give this, like, no, Krishna's name to such people, such fallen people, and if they get transformed, then all others will also take to it. Because when they see the transformation in their heart, it becomes easy for others to take. So let me give these two people the Krishna's holy name. And when you would go, like, no, in many of the few of the Vaishnava songs, it comes that what was his mood? Like, no, Then Shuddha Krishna Shiksha, Then Shuddha Krishna Shiksha. Jati Dhana Vidya Bala Na Kore Apeksha. Then Shuddha Krishna Shiksha, Then Shuddha Krishna Shiksha. Jati Dhana Vidya Bala Na Kore Apeksha. He gives that person Dena Shuddha Krishna Shiksha, like, no, genuine realization of the pure teachings of Sri Krishna as found in the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. And while doing that, all this inconceivable mercy, while displaying, he pays no attention to one's caste, material wealth, mundane knowledge, or physical ability. Jati, Dhana, Vidya, Bala. He doesn't see any of those things. So anyone and everyone who are ready, in another song it comes that if they have little bit of faith, like, no, Shraddhavan Jane hai, Shraddhavan Jane hai. Like, no, if they have little faith, for them he would give the Krishna Bhakti. In another shloka, in the another song it comes, Nitai Gunamani Amar, Nitai Gunamani. Aniya premera vanya bhasai lovani. दीनहीन पतित पामर नाही बाचे ब्रह्मर दुर्लभ प्रेम सब करे जाचे ब्रह्मर दुर्लभ प्रेम सब करे जाचे My dear Lord Nityananda, the jewel of all virtues, my Lord Nityananda, the jewel of all virtues, Nitai Gunamani Amar, has brought the flood of ecstatic love of God that has drowned the entire world. Avani means this world. He has Basayalo Avani in this. He has inundated the whole earth with this Krishna Prema. And whom did he give? He didn't leave anybody. Dina Hina Patita Pamar Nahi Bache. Nobody escaped from this. Brahmara Durlabha Prema Sabakara Jache, which was very difficult even to Brahma, that was given to Dina Hina Patita Pamar. For all of them, he gave. He didn't see any qualification. So that is one of the reasons Srila Prabhupada, while going to the West also, he, seeing the precarious condition of the West, he wanted to first establish the Gaurnita. And at one point of the time, devotee said, Prabhupada will make small replicas of Gaurnita, small deities, and we'll try to make more and more. Prabhupada said, yes, you make, and everybody's house, they should be have one Gaurnita, because just by having Gaurnita, they'll get their blessings and they'll come to the mode of goodness and they'll become devotees. None other then who is this Nityananda and how he doesn't leave anybody. This comes in the next this pastime of Jagannatha. Brajendra Nandana Jai Sachi Suta Hoilo Sei Balarama Hoilo Nitai. Brajendra Nandana Jai Sachi Suta Hoilo Sei Balarama Hoilo Nitai. दीनहीन जत चिलो हरि नामे उद्धारिलो तार साक्षी जगई मधाय दीनहीन जत चिलो हरि नामे उद्धारिलो तार साक्षी जगई मधाय जय गौरनिताय 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 जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय. So the same Krishna has come as Sachisuta or Gauranga, and Nityan Balaram has come as Nitai, and they gave the Harinam and they liberated everyone. And the best example is that of Jagai and Madai. So there is one pastime which Vrindavan Das Thakur mentions in the, Chaitanya Bhagavat. One day, Mother Shachi, he came to Nityananda, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and told, yesterday I saw a dream, I could not understand what is the meaning. So please tell me. I saw that you and Nityananda Prabhu entered our puja room, and in the puja room, both of you went and took our deities, Krishna Balaram. Nityananda Prabhu picked up the Krishna, and you picked up Balaram, and you came out and started fighting that this food is for me, this food is for me. And the Krishna Balaram were telling, no, 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 that has been kept for us. And you both were telling, no, 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 this is for us. And then Balaram started telling to uh, Nityananda Prabhu, do you know whom you are speaking to? He said that, I don't know, your time is over now. Now this is not your time. This is our time. And then he said that like, no, my master is not Krishna, my master is Gaur Sundar. And then after that, like, no, Krishna and Balram were thinking, and then Sachimata said that by the time, like, no, Nityananda Prabhu said, I'm feeling hungry. And hearing that, I woke up from my dream and I started wondering, what did I see? I could not understand what exactly it is. And Nityananda Prabhu, sorry, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doesn't speak anything. He says, no, no, all that meant is that Nityananda Prabhu is hungry, you should feed him. And he leaves it there only. So whereas Vrindavan Das Thakur mentions that it was actually Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu telling, yes, Krishna and Balaram, you were there in the like no Dwapar Yuga, that time you were there, but in the Kali Yuga, it is Gaurnita, it is our time to inundate everyone with the Krishna Bhakti, not leaving anybody. So that is their glory. And the same way, following the footsteps of Nityananda Prabhu, Srila Prabhupada also, like no, same way, Nityananda Prabhu wanted the most fallen people to take to the shelter of Lord Gauranga. Same way, Srila Prabhupada went to the US at that time, which was considered to be the place where the most materialistic people or center of anything happens in the Manhattan would go to everywhere in the entire world. So Prabhupada went to that place and started preaching, wanted to give this Krishna Bhakti to people in general. And just like he went to preach daringly, Nityananda Prabhu, he didn't want to leave anyone. And while preaching, he got hurt, like hit by Jagai. And the same way, Prabhupada also, without any support, without any so much of hardships, then although he went there, he was being given that, what was his name? I forgot. He comes to David, he comes to stab Prabhupada. Somehow Prabhupada runs from there, runs from there. Like, so that way, Prabhupada also had to take such hardship. Just like Nityananda Prabhu went door to door in the whole of the Gaudadesh. That's what the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Srila Prabhupada took this Krishna Bhakti to not only just door to door, everywhere in the entire creation. Jai Shri Shri Radha Vinod Ji ki, Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani ki, Shri Shri Nityananda Natvar Gaur Sundar ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. And just like Nityan Prabhu takes risks for preaching, Srila Prabhupada also took so much of risk, heart attack, no support, and things were stolen, but still he didn't stop, he continued. And he preached to please Gauranga. The same way Prabhupada's only desire was to preach for the pleasure of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. There was no other reason. There is one very nice purport in the 5th canto, 18th chapter, 22nd verse. In that purport, Prabhupada writes that one of my god brother wanted to enjoy the property of my Guru, and Guru Maharaj mercifully gave him that property to enjoy, but did not give him the ability to preach the message of Lord Chaitanya in the entire world. But one who doesn't have any other motive than to please his spiritual master, that ability to preach the message of Lord Chaitanya will be given to such a person, Prabhupada, right? And that glory goes to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. And there are many more things which we can go on glorifying Nityananda Prabhu. Now we have to have the Aarti. I'll not go about this, but there are just mention the topic that how in the Chaitanya Bhagavat, many places it comes that how if one accepts Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and doesn't accept Nityananda Prabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doesn't accept such people. Because it is like, I accept Krishna, but I don't accept Guru. Because without the Guru, we will not be able to reach to Krishna. That is not possible. So that way, like many shlokas, it comes how this is completely bogus. And I'll just end with this uh, two of the shlokas. আর কবে নিতাই চাঁদের করুণা হইবে সংসার বাসনা মোরা কবে তুচ্ছ হবে It's only when Nityananda Prabhu bestows his causeless mercy upon me that my desire for material enjoyment will become very insignificant. So that way, on this auspicious day, we should pray for Nityananda Prabhu to please, like no, give the he's the Balaram, so to give the spiritual strength, and he's the Adiguru to give that knowledge by which we can develop that distaste for the material enjoyment. Otherwise, that attraction toward the sense gratification is that which makes us vimukasya daivat, like no, turn away our face from the Krishna. And in this Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Kodanitai, Bhakti Vinoda ki koi, Bhakti Vinoda ki koi. Nittai charna bina nahi ashray. Bhakti Vinoda ki koi, Bhakti Vinoda ki koi. Nittai charna bina nahi ashray. Nittai charna bina nahi ashray. Nittai charna bina nahi ashray. Jaya Nityananda Ram, Jaya Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Jaya Nityananda Ram. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. In this Bhaktivinoda Thakur is telling that other than the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, there is no shelter. That's why it is said that Nitai Pada Kamala Koti Chandra Sushitala. So on this auspicious day, we can offer our prayers to Nityananda Prabhu for the spiritual strength by which we can become nourished. At the same time, following in his footsteps, we can develop that unflinching faith in Lord Gauranga. And just like he was so eager to fulfill the mission of Lord Chaitanya, that is to like take the name of Lord Gaurang to every village and town. So that way, give us the strength by which we can also become an insignificant instrument in the hands of Srila Prabhupada and his devotees, by which where we can assist in some way or the other to make this desire of Lord Chaitanya come true. Thank you very much. Shri Nityananda Ram ke, Nityananda Trayodasi Bhavotsav ke, Shri Shri Nityananda Natapara Sundar ki, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Today is the most auspicious day, and on this auspicious day, devotees can take the special Chaitanya Charitamrita set, which is many sets are available. First come, first serve. Also, we don't have all the devotees one set for everyone. So those devotees who wish to take can take it from the near the gift stall. It is available. Thank you.
Okay, so let's thank Prabhuji for a wonderful class on Lord Nityananda. So let's chant Hare Krishna mantra for the spiritual progress of Prabhuji and to receive the mercy of Lord Nityananda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nityananda Trayodasi Mahotsav ki jai. Okay, so now we'll just spend about 5 minutes. We're going to show you what is called as an annual report card that we present to Lord Nityananda, right? So this is our annual report card of the temple. It's a consolidated report of what all services we are doing for the pleasure of their lordships. Okay, so now, so let's have sort of a interactive manner to understand this. Bhoktaram Sharvaloka Suhurdam Sharva. So what does that mean? Krishna is the Bhoktaram. So our duty is to serve that Supreme Lord. So what are we supposed to do? Yad karoshi, yad ashnashi, yad juhoshi, yad tapasyasya kaunteya, tat kurushva madarpanam. So what does this say? Whatever we possess as opulence given by the Lord, use it in service of their Lordship. When we use that, what happens? What happens when we use that in the pleasure of their Lordships? Ananyas chintayanto ma ye jana pariyupasate.
Yogakshemam mahamya.
Yeah, very nice. So you're going to get Yogakshemam. So when that happens, what happens next? We pass the final journey of life. Then yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tajate ante kalevaram tam tam yeva kaunteya sada tad bhava bhavitaha. So what happens to all of you? All of us? Huh? Goloka, Hari Hari. Okay, that's it. Human form of life is successful. Okay, so now we'll just have this presentation up in a second. So by send it to your mobile. Okay, so if we silent, then immediately Prajalpa will start. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay. So the presentation is up and running. So this presentation that was prepared was first offered to Srila Prabhupada, then it was offered to Lord Nityananda. That I don't promote. Okay, so prasadam is being served at the existing old temple complex. So after the arati, you can go have prasadam. Mataji is downstairs and Prabhuji is upstairs. After, yeah, whoever wants to go at any point in time, they can go. Okay. So let's start this. Not much, maybe about 5 minutes. I'll try to finish this presentation. Okay. So you see this presentation, whatever has been going to be shown here, is already offered to Lord Nityananda for his pleasure. Okay. So this is an infographic that represents the broader sections of the temple services. So for example, you can see the deity services, then we have kitchen services, then we have preaching services, then we have book distribution, financial services, then all other services clubbed together is called allied services. So we sort of made this as an infographic map. You showed? Okay. So this is an expansion of the previous slide. Just guess how many departments we have? About 52 odd departments, right? So many devotees are doing the services. Of course, we'll send it by WhatsApp so that you can take a detailed look about various departments. So what does this tell us? We just said, what did we say? Whatever we want to do a service, do it as a service for the pleasure of the Lordship. So many opportunities are there. Devotees can come forward, take up the services. So this is a list of all the deity services that we are doing. So this department currently has about 110 devotees, majorly Matajis, serving this department, be it jewelry making, be it costume making, be it stitching, be it garland making, be it cooking for the Lord, be it pujari services, so on. The list goes on. So that's all the consolidated list. So many devotees are working to make this deity services and wonderful offering to their lordships. Okay, next slide. So these are preaching services. So if you just broadly look at these preaching services, we have the Sunday morning feast program for practicing devotees. Then we have Sunday evening feast program for the newcomers. Then we have IYF preaching. There's the ISKCON Youth Forum preaching. Then we also have Sharanya program exclusively for, Matajis. Then we also have the Krishna Kingdom for the children. Then we have lots of training and education, especially your courses like Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, your IDC courses, etc. All those trainings. Then we also have the ISKCON Kannada channel. Then we have ISKCON Youth Girls Forum, which is just started to connect to all the youth girls. Then we also have, we had a vibrant Damodar month. Many outreach programs were done, and a lot of new devotees joined the mission for the family of Srila Prabhupada. Okay. So third is the allied services. So these allied services is like services which enhance the other existing services in different ways. So for example, we have an IT department which takes care of a web page, your social media, then we have all the digital infrastructure, then we have many services around that people are serving here. So then we have the fundraising department, which, helps people to give them an opportunity to donate money. And after donating money, we use that in service of their lordships, right? So then we also have Nitya Seva. So a lot of devotees are engaging themselves in Nitya Seva. So you should come forward and register for Nitya Seva. Now the counter is still open. If anyone isn't, wanting to go forward for registrations, please go to the Seva counter here and register for Nitya Seva. So then we have the cultural department. So, then we also have a good Kirtan department. So a lot of devotees are joining the Kirtan department and then singing for the pleasure of lordships. Okay. You go to the next one. So this is more allied services. So we have a big maintenance department which takes care of all the capital equipment and constant maintenance, repairs, renewal of licenses, and so many things are being done. It also includes preventive and breakdown maintenances. Then we have great effort going towards cleanliness of this temple. We have cleanliness of this altar. cleanliness of the garden, cleanliness of the toilets, cleanliness of various places of this temple. So there's a team working to ensure that this is going on. Then we have a beautiful Krishna's basket, which is serving devotees with a lot of things that they need to practice their spiritual life, right? So I'm sure you have all seen it. Then we also have the procurement department, which does all the procurement on a regular basis. For example, we have Prashad, we have daily department. So many things need to be procured. So you see, there's a procurement department which continuously procures at most competitive prices. Because Prabhupada said, every rupee needs to be spent carefully because it's not our money, it's Krishna's money. So then we also have the Kannada BTG magazine, which is getting distributed. And we also have the Yatra department, which conducts yatras and takes all these yatris to spiritual tours on a regular basis for their nourishment. Okay, next. So we also have this financial services. Financial services is one of the key things, the backbone of this temple. The financial services is got two things. One is managing the funds of the temple in a very diligent manner. Secondly, it also needs to be having a lot of integrity and financial accounting at the right manner. So it's got a lot of work and there's a big team working on this. So when you give your donation, you can be rest assured they've been used for the right cause in the right manner. Then you can see, so recently we had the accounting team, which is called as the, what is it called? Who came from the bureau. Yeah, so they came from the bureau and then they would do monitoring, they would audit, they would check the transactions and all these things, then they would certify. Apart from that, we also have external auditor certifying what we have done as correct or wrong. So all those things being done. So this time when Mohan Prabhu came, he gave a pat on the back for all of us, saying that one of the temples that I visited, he visits many temples who keep their accounts very clean, and he really appreciated. So big haribol to this entire congregation. Yeah. So next. So this book distribution. So this time we got an award for Srimad Bhagavatam. Yeah, I think we got the second in place for South India mid-sized temple for maximum Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam book distribution. We distributed something like 473 sets distributed. Okay, this is a wrong figure. I'll change that. It's 473. So big haribol. Okay, we also have Bhagavad Gita Maha books, about 5,000 distributed this year. And we also, going to evolve what is called as an exclusive BBT counter where you'll get all those books of Srila Prabhupada and everything. We have some of the books inside. Now we'll also try to get it outside so that devotees can get attracted and take these books. Now, importantly, we also go translating for the first time the entire world, the Tulu community's Bhagavad Gita. Currently, Bhagavad Gita is there in many languages, but it's not there in Tulu. So now there's a team which is working to translate into Tulu. So I think maybe shortly, maybe 6 months' time. Maybe in 6 months' time, we will release Tulu Bhagavad Gita as an initiative from ICC Temple. Okay. Okay. So kitchen service. Is this important? What does it mean? Laughter means this side as well as that side. Most important. I'm sure if you go and talk to people, many of you came to Krishna consciousness, including me, tasty prasadam, right? See, kitchen service is very, very great austerity. Why? Because when we are having our arati, when we are singing Samsara Dava, when we are hearing Bhagavatam class, but there are a set of devotees who are renouncing the great austerity, not able to participate, but doing work for their pleasure of their lordship. That's one of the most greatest austerity that they can take it up, right? So that's the glory of kitchen team. So now we have, after this new temple manifested, we have upgraded ourselves where we are ready to cook when we have a crowd of 1,000 plus now. 1,000 plus devotees can be served in one, in one festival very easily. So that's the kind of upgradation that's happened. So then we have a lot of systems in place to manage the cooks, procurement, storage, inventory, then use them in the right manner. So now we are trying to go to the next level. We're trying to standardize the menus, standardize the cooking methods and all these things so that prasadam can be consistent, tasty, and done for the pleasure of the lordships. Okay? So Now we cook for the, special events. We cook for Sunday Bhagavatam feasts, festivals, when, great guest comes to our temple. So like that, we just go on. And most importantly, after this temple was started, we have Donne Prasad continuously being served from morning till evening. Okay, so now, did you all like the Mahaprasadam counter, the Govinda's Mahaprasad counter? Is that so, or there is more Haribol to it? Okay, so very tasty. So now we will see that more and more proprietary products of this temple, Mahaprasad menu will increase, and that will, make devotees more and more happier about this, tasty Mahaprasad being served. Okay, so it's called Govindas. So you will see Govindas expanding further. We'll unveil the plans very shortly, how Govindas is going to expand further. It's going to become really big, just like what you see in like Juhu, Mumbai or somewhere. You'll see that kind of Govindas very shortly. Okay, thank you. Okay, so this is a note of thanks. Let's read this. As a collective representation of the entire congregation of ICC Temple, that's all of us. All of us. Okay, the management members offer these details as a report card to Lord Nityananda on this day of Nityananda Trayodasi, the 22nd February 2024, seeking mercy of the Lordship to give us inner strength and a cooperative mood so that we can collectively serve the mission of Srila Prabhupada and fulfill his desire. Okay? Big Haribol to all of us. Thank you so much for patiently hearing to this report card. So, and that is Hare Krishna. So, so now we will start the Arati. Prabhuji will announce all the Mukhya Yajamana Sevakartas who have collected their coupons. Please come, and he will announce who